Jokić can win this championship, no one's going to care. Let's just be honest. I'm sorry. He's not going to go from where he is right now to this super mega star because he's not doing anything kids want to see. He doesn't have.
Nikola Jokić was selected with the 41st pick in the 2014 NBA draft. At the time, the conversation wasn't about potential superstardom. It was about his 17-inch vertical leap, reportedly one of the lowest ever recorded at the P3 Sports Science Lab. He was labeled an unathletic big man, and many people laughed at the idea that he could become anything special. Fast forward to today, and that same player is casually averaging 29.6 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 11 assists as if it's routine. That transformation alone is remarkable. What makes it even more incredible is that he's on pace to become the first player in NBA history to lead the league in both rebounds and assists in the same season, something that sounds almost impossible for a 7-footer. On Christmas Day, Jokić delivered a masterclass performance, scoring 56 points and dishing out 15 assists, moving with such control and rhythm that the crowd seemed frozen in disbelief. As if that wasn't enough, he followed it up by pouring in 18 points in a single overtime period, breaking an NBA record without missing a beat. With 16 triple-doubles in just 32 games, he's redefining what dominance looks like and making...
Will Chamberlain tonight, most triple-doubles by a center. Congrats on that one, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go.
Where is Shaq in that? Is it Shaq in that list?
No, because I never passed, big honey.
Back in 2014, scouts labeled Nikola Jokić too slow, too soft, and not built for playoff pressure. Teams saw him as a second-round gamble and believed only elite athleticism could survive in the NBA. Jokić completely flipped that narrative. He didn't just prove the doubters wrong, he mastered the game through skill, control, and extraordinary basketball IQ. One MVP became two. Then came a championship and a finals MVP to solidify his place among the elite. When critics suggested he had peaked, he returned even sharper and claimed a third MVP. The player once dismissed now sets the standard for the entire league. Before his injury this season, Jokić wasn't just dominant, he looked untouchable. He was averaging 29.6 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 11 assists, while leading the entire NBA in both rebounds and assists at the same time. That kind of stat line is almost unheard of. No player in league history at any position has ever sustained that combination at the top of both categories. Analysts kept waiting for signs of regression, for some weakness to surface, but it never happened. Night after night, Jokić controlled games with calm precision, as if the entire sport was moving at his tempo.
We're happy that a big man is now named the best player in the league. Listen, he plays with poise, plays with confidence, and he plays the right way. Us three Hall of Famers, we can appreciate.
For nearly a decade, scouts and analysts repeated the same prediction. He would eventually hit his ceiling and someone would figure him out. But no one ever did. Instead, Nikola Jokić became exactly what they feared, a player who shattered every limitation they believed in. He redefined the role of a big man, blending size, basketball IQ, and finesse in a way that left the league scrambling for answers. He isn't just playing differently, he's rewriting the rules in real time. To understand why teams still lose sleep over basketball minds the game has ever seen. From the start, his game was never about speed or explosiveness. It was about control, precision, and thinking 3 moves ahead, like a chess grandmaster directing traffic while others were still learning the board. When Jokić entered the league, the scouting report sounded reasonable to old-school observers. No burst, limited vertical, awkward athleticism, and questionable defense in space. In fact, his 17-inch vertical leap, recorded at the P3 Sports Science Lab, was the lowest ever measured among over 1,000 tested NBA players. On paper, it looked like a death sentence in a league obsessed with speed and highlight plays. Coaches targeted him early. Pick-and-roll attacks, quick guards, relentless pressure. He was labeled a defensive liability, someone teams would need to hide just to survive. Early in his career, he didn't immediately silence the critics. Coming off the bench, he would flash a soft hook shot or deliver a slick pass that hinted at something special. Many dismissed those moments as luck, assuming he was just another skilled big man trying to keep up. But the flashes didn't fade, they multiplied. Triple-doubles began to pile up, no-look passes that looked like they belonged in a point guard's highlight reel. Broadcasters stumbling over their words, trying to process what they were witnessing. That so-called slow big man wasn't just surviving anymore, he was orchestrating everything. It began to feel like Nikola Jokić was operating on an entirely different frequency, controlling the pace of the game as if basketball itself moved to his rhythm.
He's Magic and Kareem on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
He's a guard. He makes great decisions, hell of a passer. And then when he wants to be Kareem,
I mean, just a big tub of lard, just shoving people around.
Who's the toughest dude in the league to guard right now?
You gotta be.
While everyone else rushed shots and burned energy, he stayed calm and in complete control, reading the floor like a story he already knew the ending to. Yet, even as he dominated, analysts hesitated to give him full credit. The praise always came with limits. A good passer for a center, a good scorer for someone that slow, a good player for a second-round pick. Every compliment had a ceiling attached, as if people couldn't accept that he might actually be better than everyone else. As his minutes increased and his impact began deciding games, the league's tone shifted from doubt to panic. Teams threw everything at him: full-court pressure, quick double teams, smaller guards attacking his footwork, bigger bodies crashing into him in the post to cut off passing lanes. None of it worked. Every adjustment was solved calmly and quickly, as if he already knew the answer before the defense finished asking the question. The triple-doubles piled up, no-look passes sliced through traffic, elite defenses were taken apart with perfect timing. The slow big man wasn't surviving anymore, he was running the entire show. Critics clung to the same belief year after year. There had to be a blueprint to stop him. The playoffs would expose him, the game would get faster, athleticism would win. They insisted he couldn't create space off the dribble, couldn't dominate one-on-one, couldn't protect the rim like a traditional star center. Analysts broke down film frame by frame, waiting for the stretch where he would look ordinary again. It never came. Instead, the game began bending around him. The old idea that players like him couldn't win titles slowly started to crumble. Then came the 2020-21 season, the turning point. The jokes stopped. The doubts faded. He didn't just improve, he took over the league. By season's end, he held the MVP trophy, officially recognized as the best player in basketball. The once dismissed second-round pick from Serbia stood at the top of the NBA, and it wasn't even close. He nearly averaged a triple-double while leading the Denver Nuggets to a top seed in the brutal Western Conference. His efficiency broke advanced metrics designed for big men. Analysts admitted his impact couldn't fully be measured. He scored from everywhere: hooks in the post, floaters in the lane, fadeaways, deep threes, mid-range pull-ups. Every weakness scouts once listed became another weapon. He did it without explosive dunks or flashy bursts of athleticism, just timing, control, and basketball IQ so sharp defenders reacted a second too late. He didn't overpower opponents, he outsmarted them. His dominance looked effortless, almost relaxed, yet the damage was constant and surgical. When critics tried to label his first MVP a fluke, he answered immediately. The next season, he returned even better and claimed a second straight MVP, becoming the first center since the ABA-NBA merger in 1976 to win back-to-back awards. At that point, it was clear, this wasn't luck, It was a takeover. He redefined what most valuable meant, proving that dominance could be calm, calculated, and precise rather than loud and explosive. Still, skeptics held on to one final argument. The playoffs are different. Pressure exposes everyone. Athleticism decides championships. Then came the 2023 postseason, and that belief shattered. The Denver Nuggets didn't just survive the Western Conference, they controlled it. Each round felt methodical. Every defensive strategy thrown at him collapsed. In the finals against Miami, he delivered one of the most dominant performances in recent history, averaging 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists per game. Traps, doubles, switches, zone defenses, nothing slowed him down. He didn't just win the championship, he made it look inevitable. Finals MVP followed, and the debates ended. Even after the title, teams went back to the drawing board, convinced there had to be a solution. More physical play, harder doubles, full court traps. The same question echoed across the league. How do we stop him? The answer remained the same. No one could. 2 seasons later, he captured his 3rd MVP, joining one of the most exclusive groups in NBA history. The player once labeled too slow and too soft had become the gold standard. He continued rewriting record books, reaching historic statistical milestones faster than legends before him, and setting new standards for what a center could accomplish as a playmaker. What started as a second-round gamble had turned into a basketball revolution. Then came this season, before his injury, when he elevated even